Well, welcome. My topic today, I'm going to talk about 1177 BC. So let me take you away from rainy Bethesda and take you back more than 3,000 years in the past, where hopefully it's a little warmer and sunnier. This is the late Bronze Age. This is the period that is, I would say, nearest and dearest to my heart. If I could be reincarnated backwards, I would choose to live back then. I'm sure I would not live more than about 48 hours, but it'd be a good 48 hours. So we're in the period from 1700 till about 1200 BC here, 500 years. And you can see from this map, the different colored areas are the different
both with Armageddon and prophecy of the return is a difficult and serious subject. And when I started writing my books, which began almost 40 years ago, first started from planet, I knew then, almost 40 years ago, that whatever volume, the final one in the series called the Earth Chronicles, it would have to deal with the end of days, which is the name given by the Bible, in the Bible, prophecy of the last days, the end time. Any other way, there's the term in Hebrew, Sacharity, is rendered. And I really delayed writing that final book for two reasons. Number one is that I felt I need to do more research, and obviously it took another 30 years of research to give a plausible answer, one which I believe is the correct answer, but at least it should be sufficiently documented to be plausible. And the other reason is that I don't know if everybody will be happy with the conclusions of that book, The End of Days. Certainly, I think many of those that are dealing, specializing in the subject of what's about to happen, have focused recently on 2012 AD. If I want to be nasty, which maybe I should be, is I can tell you right off that the only thing certain about 2012 will be another
action stations.
And that no matter this time, you will say let's get rid of the bomb. Because otherwise, what is supposed to happen in 2012? It is mostly linked with the so-called Mayan calendar, Mayan prophecies, and I'll talk about it later as we go along. But as I understand what others are saying, is that it is a time that something present, the past will come to an end, and something will happen. And when you are addressing those others who specialize in 2012, and you ask them what will happen, they say, well, there's a planet. There's a planet that makes some great orbit, and periodically it comes to our vicinity, and at that time it causes all kinds of
Enemy force detected.
And in connection or in response to such kinds of prophecies, my answer is that to remind the audience
Так точно.
the same claims were made in regard to 2003, and that's when the planet, the unknown planet, Planet X, will arrive and do all kinds of unpleasant things to us, maybe good things. And if you will recall, the same connected with the
Enemy
millennium,
battleship sighted.
2000.
Cible repérée à cette position.
They are always coming back to Planet X, and if you planet about which this guy Sitchin has been lighting. So what is this Planet X, and when really is it supposed to
Союзники, сфокусировать огонь на цели.
and what is supposed to happen when it does. I started to write about it, and many of you may know, in my first book, 12 Planet. It took me more than 30 years to material when it was published the first time.
À tous les bâtiments. Cible stratégique repérée à cette position.
Paperback edition, which is still selling everywhere, had about 50 correct. The book has been translated into some 24 languages, and I can share with you a personal irritation. That is that one recent night I was awakened from sleep, which was not easy for me to sleep, and the phone, which is also a fax machine, rang around 12:50 p.m. And when I checked who was trying to reach me at this time, fax from Hanoi, that the publisher in Vietnam wants to translate into Vietnamese the 12th Planet. And though it's been translated by now almost any language you can think of, I was thinking to myself, somebody in Vietnam, Hanoi, after all that place means to us, this is really something. So, now what I did,
Enemy cruiser detected.
and maybe that is the reason for its success, or its etc. Reference to the Sumerian.
Ship is on fire.
Enemy
Problem
rocket
solved, sir.
detected.
Those there is now in Europe an exhibit from ancient Mesopotamia, where three museums, one in London and Paris and Berlin, have combined to put together some of their objects and show them in each one of the three places, and they refer to it as the Babylonian exhibit. So almost 40 years ago, when I or anybody else would say to somebody, well, you know, the Sumerian civilization, you would get some kind of a blank look, you know, the Sumerian, you know, what are you talking about? So I brought to life the Sumerian civilization, which was really a most amazing civilization. It blossomed out in what is now southern Iraq, in that part of the world. This is the ancient Near East, this is the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, Egypt, Assyria, Turkey, which was the Hittites then, etc. So about 6,000 years ago, an incredible civilization appeared there.
Battle starts.
And all those use such words as suddenly, unexpectedly, out of nowhere, because there was no gradual or any kind of precedential civilization that
Fordere Hilfe an!
this and this was a higher level, a higher stage. Suddenly,
Roger.
they call primitive, they were not primitive people. You know, they were farmers, hunters, etc. But suddenly there appeared cities, high-rise buildings, societal organization, kings, priests, codes of law, literature, art, music, musical instruments, all of that within a very short period about 6,000 years ago. And I sometimes find it necessary to ask people to stop for a minute and think, what is 6,000 years? So we are about 2,000 years removed from the time of Jesus. Now, that time was about 2,000 years removed from the time of Abraham. And then add to that another 2,000 years, and that's where we are talking about, where this great civilization appeared so suddenly. And without devoting the whole evening to that civilization and all the firsts to which we owe a debt. For example, if you look at your watch and you have 60 minutes in an hour, why do you have 60 minutes? Because that's the basic Sumerian mathematical system, called sexagesimal base 60. They would go from 1 to 60 and then 1 to 100 and 101, then before they went from 1 to 60 and then 61. So base 60. The circle has 360.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Why? Indeed, the whole Sumerian is based on the 6 times 10 times 6 times
Attention, cible repérée à cette position.
Enemy destroyer.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
They developed a writing system called cuneiform, described using a stylus to make wedge-like symbols or indentations in wet clay, which were example of a tablet with a tablet.
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes, dead ahead.
The answer is plate tablet. So we have
Enemy cruiser detected.
language. Recipes, for example, in the book The 12th Planet, I give us an example. Really mind-boggling.
Problem solved, sir.
The writing was one of them. Another thing was pictorial.
Enemy battleship detected. Enemy destroyer sighted.
Figured out this day how this hard stone left like a negative, which when rolled from wet clay down the permanent Egypt, the permanent depiction, the way we say print our presses, the rotary presses, so literally thousands. And those depictions and they were
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes to port.
their knowledge of one more amazing cylinder scene, which goes quite an uproar at the museum where it's kept. It's in a museum in Berlin at the time when I came across its existence. It was East Berlin, but they cooperated with me. They sent me a photograph. And if you ask the scholars what is the scene depicted, they say, well, this is the god of agriculture granting plow, primitive plow to mankind. The representative of mankind is introduced by a lesser god, the main god grants the plow. And just as an aside, I'll say so. Those same scholars in the museum in scientific magazines say, so there was a god of agriculture, and that's how it looked. Say, no, that's a mythological scene. It's just mythology. But whatever it is, there is an interesting celestial depiction on this one. And this is what it shows. Shows a star surrounded by planets. This errors is my addition to enable comparison with our knowledge of the solar system. So we have the sun, not the Earth, we have the sun in the center, surrounded by planets. All the planets we know in the correct sizes, except that here there's one more planet, right here, between Mars and Jupiter, where the asteroid is known. So according to the Sumerians, there was a planet here, probably, or one must conclude, the planet which apparently broke up. libraries, and on each shelf there was a tablet that listed all the texts that are on that particular shelf.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Contacts now, by talking words, I know my English. Now, what does the Enuma Elish say? The Enuma Elish says, tells the story how the Earth came to be, how our moon came to be, how the extra planet came to be, and indeed how the whole solar system came to be. And I wrote in Planet Genesis, visited chapter after chapter explaining every second just to give you now the gist of it in a couple of minutes. And they say that once the solar system goes the way out, what the scientists say, around being unusual, it's called retrograde. But as it was thrown in the opposite direction, inevitably it collided with one of the olden planets in our solar system, which is Tiamat. And this planet, the invader, which later was named Nibiru, acquired various satellites or moons, as it was possible. Which is treated as a female celestial entity, had seven satellites. And when the clash finally occurred, referred to in those texts as the celestial battle, Tiamat was hit twice actually. This is just one. Was hit by some of the moons, the satellites of the invader, and broken up. Half of it became bits and pieces, which those texts and the Bible in chapter 1 of Genesis refers to as the hammer bracelet, because it orbits like a bracelet around the sun. And the other half was thrust into another orbit, carrying with it Tiamat's largest moon to become our planet Earth and its satellite moon. And I will large now, without spending time this evening on the subject, various other books, for example, you know what modern science says about our planet Earth, that all the continents used to be on one side, the other side was just a huge cavity with water, and still called the Pacific Ocean. If you read about the origin of the moon, etc., it all corroborates, it all agrees with this Sumerian cosmogony. And now, what happened to the invader? According to the Enuma Elish, the Epic of Creation, the invader itself became a member of the solar system, a 12th member, because they counted the sun, the earth, its moon, and not 9, but 10. So when I discussed with my first publisher the title, planet, I tried to explain to him that this is really the 10th planet, which is the 12th member of the solar system. And he said, we call it the 12th planet.
starts.
In reality, the 10th planet, and all the Sumerians planet Pluto as part of the tale. So I wrote on my website a piece when the astronomers meeting in Europe decided to dethrone Pluto and said it's not really a planet. I thought it was this. I wrote a piece on my website and said that let Pluto stay the way the Sumerians had it. So this is the planet that remains in orbit and has been renamed Nibiru. Now on many Sumerian and afterwards Syrian, Babylonian, and so on, depictions, all the 12 members of the solar system are depicted, and you can see the sun, you can see the moon, you can see this Nibiru, whose symbol became the winged disc. You can see all the others with their symbol, and you can see the 7 dots, which is the symbol for Earth. Now you may well say this is wrong, because we all know that Earth in New Age parlance is the 3rd rock from the sun. So there's Mercury, Venus, and Earth. That is true. But if the Sumerian incredible knowledge was given them, not acquired by them from their own observations without telescopes nor other modern equipment, if it was given them by somebody
Attention.
that's
Reporting a target's position.
coming in from outside the solar system towards Earth, then they would say Pluto is the first. And then there's
All stations, concentrate fire on that target.
And Mars would be
Enemy destroyer sunk. Off to a great start.
quite correctly depicted by the symbol of the 7 dots, 7. And this is something I would like you to keep in mind as we proceed with this presentation, because it is very significant towards an appreciation from the past about the future. Now, the obvious question
Capture that area.
anyone, including myself at the time that I started
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
possibly the Sumerians
Enemy cruiser.
solar system came into being, was an invader, and the invader the answer again, it is written down on tablets, and they're called cylinders, square cylinders in this case. And this one in particular, another one.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
England also.
Kommen Sie zurück.
And
Enemy destroyer sunk.
it says that about 430,000 years before the deluge, people, they call that
Enemy battleship detected.
Our team has taken the lead.
Records like it say that the civilization was brought down and the kingship was brought down and it was brought down then there are tales, very detailed, telling us that at one time a group led by a leader whom they call Envy came from their planet. They came to Earth, and they did not crash land here. Their spacecraft was not just passing by, and they said to each other, "Hey, look at that rock down there."
Enemy cruiser foundered.
They needed gold. They needed their own planet. And the tales, which are very detailed, how his attempts to get it to extract them succeeds, and to mining, another leader. And there are many statues of Anunnaki. It's the only one where his fist, if you can discern
Enemy cruiser sighted.
it, indicates the purpose for which he came. And at some point felt that he ought to tell the story of what happened on their planet that made him and his group and the other Anunnaki come to Earth, and what happened on Earth after they came and landed. And there is an actual text unknown to many Sumerian Assyriologists, as some call themselves, that they will say, yes, there is such a text that is an autobiography of Enki. That starts by saying, when I approached the Earth, I saw greenish marshes. We splash landed in the waters. We waded ashore. I commanded so-and-so, the name is given, to test
Our victory is in sight.
the potable water. I commanded so-and-so to build us some kind of shelter. I commanded so-and-so to see if there is edible food. And so on and so on, line after line in those tablets. Unfortunately, the complete text of that the autobiography of Enki is not been found. Fragments of it. I used
Our victory is in sight.
different sources to reconstruct the story of Enki, because I felt at some point in my own writings that it is not enough to tell the story of what happened here through the prism of the Sumerians, or to some extent the Old Testament, the Hittites, but it is also especially to know why they came, what happened on their planet before they came, through the eyes and through the speech of one of them. And the tale that emerges from all those things is that after they landed here and could not get the gold just by extracting it from the waters of the Persian Gulf, another leader, a half-brother of his, the commander, and he was more a scientist, another another member, a female, was a medical doctor, came, assisted also, and they set up a settlement, or actually 7 settlements on Earth, at the place that they called in Sumerian Eden, from which the word Eden, the Garden of Eden, comes. And they chose a central point called Nippur. They nicknamed the navel of the earth, because all the other settlements that they established, each one with a certain purpose, including this laid out as a landing corridor. All of them were equidistant to Nippur. So Nippur was the central city, the site for Enlil, that is headquarters, and some of the texts even describe what was at this headquarters, and there was a particular place there called the Duranki, with all kinds of humming equipment that controlled space flights and gave information about orbits, etc. And Duranki literally means bond heaven, earth, the thing that links heaven, earth, on planet, in this great orbit, and their settlements on earth. So this is what they established. And as I said, at some point, the idea of extracting gold from the gold is didn't work. They had to go and do the hard work. So they kept coming in groups of 50 until 600 of them on Earth. And they used Mars as a way station, on which 300 of them were stationed. The numbers are given in this text. But most of those on Earth were assigned to mining gold in East Africa. And there are several texts, and in particular one known as the Atrahasis epic, that describe a time or an event where those working in the mines mutinied. And they said, no more. This is not the kind of work that we can do. We are astronauts. We are supposed to man spacecraft, not to work deep in the earth. And there was a mutiny, and there was great consternation among the leadership what to do. And then the same Enki, who was a scientist, said, we don't have to abandon our efforts to obtain the gold on which our civilization planet and the wind patches the shield back, because there exists
Action stations.
which is in many ways similar to us. And all we have to do, and those are quotes from his words in his autobiography, all we have to do is put our mark,
Let's give them a hard time.
our genetic mark, and thereby raise that being more to our level so that it could follow our commands, understand our language, and do the work for us. And there are quite a number of texts, ancient texts, that describe how we, with the help of their half-sister, the chief medical officer, through trial and error, kept trying to combine their genes with the genes of the being that they found on Earth, which we could call Homo erectus, if we wish, and finally succeeded in bringing about what is called in those texts the perfect model. And it so happens that there is a cylinder seal about 4,000 years old showing this goddess, the name was Ima, raising the newborn model man, Guru Amelu, as they call him. And she shouted, and these are words in those texts, "My hands have made it." And that is, ladies and gentlemen, how we came about. This is the long story which I gave you as brief overview of what the Bible says.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Chapter 2 and others of Genesis, that a group called the Elohim, which is a plural term, literally translated, said to each other, "Let us," in the plural, "let us fashion the Adam." Adam comes from Adamah, which is earth, so Adam, literally.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Fashion the earth in our image and after our likeness.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
And then after they achieved that and everything seemed to be in order, the deluge came. So after
Enemy
But Liam was not the firstborn son. It was Ea, right? Was really the rightful successor, but he was demoted to rank of God. And so there was a pantheon of 12, matching the 12 members of the solar system, matching Adam, 12 months of the year, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples, 12 celestial. So the relationship was such that the conflict was inevitable, especially since it had a lot to do with who was mothered by whom. Father, this one was also the son of Adam and Matthew. This ran, but if this one was the son, this one was this queen, another ring. So the relationship was quite confused, convoluted, and leading to conflict, which soon appeared on earth. And one of the events that took place, not too many years after the establishment of that great pattern of landing pattern, Jerusalem, Space Force, etc., and the two artificial mountains in Egypt, was that wars broke out. The first war, that I named in my book, The Wars of Gods and Men, the Pyramid Wars, because there was a series of them, had to do with these facilities, because in the Great Pyramid, one of the two especially, which is the only one that has an ascending passage and chambers, all the others have just a descending passage. They were a prize that one side tried to deprive from the other, and the first series of pyramid wars took place there. In that particular war, the two main protagonists were the main son of Enlil, called Ninurta, and the main son of Enki, called Marduk. And in that war, it was Ninurta who was the victor.
General quarters.
It was commemorated in some cylinders and other depictions. Symbol, the eagle, and this was his victory's depiction, how he won the war over the two pyramids, and another depiction where you see actually all three pyramids. And this, by the way, is another of the proofs of which I have many. I deal with it extensively, who were the pyramids, when they were built, and that you see that already in Sumerian times, and which preceded the pharaonic times by thousands of years, the existence of the pyramids were roughly known. Around 2900 BC, a Sumerian king called Gilgamesh went in search of immortality. Now, the whole business of immortality doesn't really exist, because all the tales tell us that these so-called gods were both born and died. And there are tales about both birth and death. But it is all relative. That's why the Greeks called them the immortals. But it was only a difference in what they hear. Lucky count from a planet whose orbit is about 3,600 of our years, To them it is 1 year. If you would ask an Anunnaki, how old are you? He'll say, whatever, I'm 20 years old, which means my planet, Nibiru, made 20 rounds around the sun. If you ask somebody here, but you ask how old are you, and he'll answer, it means my planet, where I grew up, which I genetically belong, made
Enemy battleship detected.
but anyway, Gilgamesh was a demigod, but he was two-thirds divine because his mother, not his father, his mother was he's a divine. Why does that happen? You have to go and be on our planet.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Translated in antiquity already. Mission Control Center.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected.
This one in the pyramid wars. So he had two places to be. And one was the spaceport itself.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
2,900 BC, almost 5,000 years. Enjoying the gods of their planet. Now the one is the mountains of Lebanon.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
In the epic tale of Gilgamesh. He witnessed on the night before he entered, right and lo and behold, information from a great platform. But the place is called Baalbek, and there is there a vast stone platform of about 500,000 square feet. And here at this northwestern corner, there are ruins, temples built over temples over temples. The latest one are Muslim, Byzantine, and Roman, but they're built on or over a platform that pre-existed. And these are some of the most ancient ruins that you see there, of levels that keep rising from down there, rising. And these stone blocks weigh between 600 to 900 tons each. And the immensity of the place is mind-blowing. Even more mind-blowing is one of the courses in the western wall of that enclave. On the western wall on top of these huge boulders. And the three of them, 1, 2, and the third one, known as the Trilithon. This is the drawing, the image. This is a line drawing of a person, so you can see the scale. So there are three of these huge stone blocks lying in one of the courses, one of the levels next to each other. And they weigh 1,100 tons each. Now, no today that can lift 1,100 tons, or even 1,000 tons, or even 600.
Action stations.
Many thanks.
And can you see that little ant there? That's me. I'm standing. And this is one first Trilithon. Now we know where they came from, because about a mile and a half away, there is the quarry from which those stone blocks were cut and lifted and brought. And one of them is unfinished. So right here it's still part of the native rock, and this part has been already cut. And again, this is me. See this? So somebody in antiquity, and according to all the evidence before the flood, cut those stones and lifted them for a mile and a half and put them there, not drop them on the ground, but put them exactly where they should be and where they belong. And the question is, what was the purpose of this whole thing? As I said, Gilgamesh reported that he saw a rocket ship launched there, the Phoenician Converse, and it was only after I saw photographs of Babylon, of the Chinese launching their spacecraft for the first time. Now we are used to launch towers made of metal and so on, but this is also built out of some kind of stone. So
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship sighted.
The ship is on fire!
inscription found in the tomb of an Egyptian called Pui, who was the governor in ancient times.
Enemy battleship detected.
There was an official. Trees. pyramids.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Well, so there's no doubt facility for being taken. Because
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes astern.
Which I did. One of the visits, like the example that we tested, possibly some radioactivity, but it's in 2024, almost 4,000 years ago, the Anunnaki resorted to the use of nuclear weapons. There is a long text called the Era Epic, E-R-R-A, Epic, that describes the reasons, who did it, how they did it, what the number of nuclear weapons that were used in 2003. The unintended consequence of that was that a wind brought from the Mediterranean brought what they called in those texts, they're called lamentation texts, they called the evil wind that brought death to everything alive in Sumer. As the nuclear wind passed, reaching from the Sinai to Sumer, it did not destroy anything. The lamentation text lament that the stalls stand, but the animals that were there are all dead. The houses stand, but everybody who lived in the houses lies dead in the streets, on the roofs, etc. And that was the end of the great Sumerian civilization about 2024 years. And in that one, unlike in the previous wars, where Ninurta, the son of Enlil, was the victor,
Battle starts.
was the victor, and
Alle Kräfte, diesen Bereich erobern.
instead of Sumerian and Enlil and all the others, it was now the era and the time of Marduk and the Babylonians. Now we are starting to leave ancient history, and we are starting, I'm starting to take you by the hand and lead you not only to the present but also to the future. And to understand where history is taking us, this map is the key to it, and please try to remember. If you recall the layout of the landing corridor, Mount Ararat this way, and Jerusalem as Mission Control Center, and the spaceport, the Giza Pyramid, and the place in Lebanon called Baalbek today. These are the four space-related sites that if you keep them in mind, you understand what happened afterwards what happened in recent times and what the present conflict is all about. When the dust, let's use that expression, the dust of the nuclear explosion and the demise of Sumer settled, several hundred years later, and perhaps passage was possible again after the use of nuclear weapons here, a major event took place. It is called
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
of the Israelites from Egypt.
The ship is on fire!
And then
Problem solved, sir!
there was this guy Abraham. Then I forgot all about it. But now it's done.
The ship is on fire!
Now, if I ever Sphinx, lights along the 30th parallel was the spaceport. There was no more spaceport there, but the mountains, and the mountain which held various facilities was there, and the Bible calls it Mount Sinai, the mount in the Sinai Peninsula, Har Elohim, the mountain of the Lord, tabernacle. So they were sent here, this Exodus, to resume the relationship, the commandments, etc., which required for them to see, to accept all the moral teachings of Sumerians. Remember, when I talked about the Sumerian logos, you say everybody,
Kommen Sie zurück!
almost people, know about the ancient logos, Hammurabi, the Babylonian king. His logo, which is a stone logo in the Louvre in Paris, is a code of crime and punishment. It says, if you did this, then
The ship is on fire!
You shall not delay the wages of a day labor. Those were the Sumerian laws. So these were the Sumerian commandments, the Sumerian moral laws that had to be accepted, be negotiated at Mount Sinai. And once they were, they had to continue. It was difficult to go straight, they went around, but anyway, finally they got to Jerusalem. And what did they do once they got to Jerusalem? They built the temple to Yahweh on a platform that existed. And if you have not done it yet, I urge you to go to Jerusalem, because along the western wall, this of course doesn't exist anymore, replaced by a Muslim structure. Along this western wall, just as along the western wall of Baghdad, this is an area of Israel. This is the area that's called Temple Mount. Good. Interestingly enough, that I noticed when I was there and looking at there are trees everywhere, but not here. Nothing grows here. So this is the western wall, and an opening was made along the western wall after being blocked for thousands of years. And what was discovered there is mind-boggling, because in the same place, the western wall, as in the landing place where Gilgamesh went, there is a trilithon, not of 1,100,000 tons, but only 600 or 700 tons, 3 immense stone blocks lying one next to the other, just as there. And somewhere there is a sign that says that this is exactly where a tunnel leads to the Holy of Holies above the platform. This is another shot of private. Now, when Yahweh, the God of the Bible, commanded David and then Solomon to build a temple exactly on a pre-existing platform, this is what he said. These are exact words in translation. And if you, I cannot read from this angle. Will anybody read out loud, please? Right. But in the midst of the nations, in the center of the circles, that could not be more explicit that this is the layout of the Mission Control Center. Now, at about the time that the Hebrews, the Israelites, were restoring the platform of Judah, other things were happening.
Action stations.
In Babylonia, on cylinder seals, the sign of the cross began to appear. In Assyria, the kings began to wear the sign of the cross on their chest. The same happened in Egypt. Now these are all from around 1000 BC, 900 BC, 800, 700 BC. Now what does it mean? What does it signify? Well, the sign of the cross, it may come as a surprise to my Christian friends. The sign of the cross is not a new sign, not a sign is developed or invented at the time of Jesus. This is a very ancient Sumerian sign, and each time that the planet Nibiru, that usually was depicted as a winged disc, was on its way back to our vicinity, each time that the reappearance of Nibiru was expected, the depiction, the symbolism for Nibiru, for the planet, changed from the winged disc to the cross. So this one, for example, this is one of the most ancient ones, and this is another one. This is when culture was granted. And if you look at the orbit of Nibiru, roughly 3,600 years, in my book, The End of Days, I explain why the orbit might come too short, 3,050 years. But anyway, we are 3,600, which is a good round number, and about 600, just system.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
6, 10, 60.
Enemy battleship detected.
And then stop. When the North
Fighter airborne.
predominant. And it was at that time precisely in great detail. Begin to see that one was called the started not be able to see the stars. And Babylonian prophecies began to also talk about the return, the celestial Lord would come from the south, would be first seen in this constellation and so on. And I drew down these charts to show you and show how you can relate some of the text to the progress of the Nibiru coming back to Earth City. This is another sketch that really renders as a sketch literal wording, saying you first can see there and you can see here and so on, and so forth as the planet turns. There were even discoveries of astronomical practices without astronauts because they depict the circular heavens around Earth on the paper with all the stars being named, where the progression of Nibiru from being seen in this part of the heavens to being seen in this part of the heavens at its perigee is actually recorded as having been witnessed and seen by Assyrian and Babylonian astronomers. So this is one of the texts accompanying us. And as becomes obvious as you study all these texts, that the main feature they are talking about is a day of darkness, darkness at noon, the sun will not be seen, etc., which we can say they're really talking about the solar eclipse. And the Syrian records, I think that's what I showed in the previous slide, talk about a darkness at noon and an eclipse at an unexpected time, because all these eclipses could be predicted. They had enough knowledge to predict solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, etc. So in exactly 556 BC, and this is a sketch, a sky map prepared by NASA, not by me, in 556, an unusual and unexpected
General quarters.
It is my conclusion in the book, The Days, that is exactly when Nibiru last was near Earth and created that eclipse. So if you go back by 2012, and you say, well, 2012 is when Nibiru is expected to return and do this, that, be a good omen, bring harmful things with the leaves, and it does not work. Because the last time that Nibiru was near Earth was 556 BC. And if it has an orbit of about 3,600, 400, 500 years, it ain't coming back in 2012. So what might happen, if not in 2012, in some other time, in our lifetimes perhaps? And this takes me to the
Enemy destroyer detected.
Really good things that were discussed and prophesied. About 550 BC,
Enemy battleship detected.
they spoke about which some translate end time. Time. Question is, what do we mean by time? But whatever we call time will come to an end. And we have of this.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Confirmed penetration.
We're coming and going between their planet and
Enemy cruiser sighted.
not necessarily when Nibiru was closest to Earth. As a matter of fact,
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
moves fastest around the sun. Here was if they left their planet ahead of time and speeded ahead of time. Here, actually,
Problem solved, sir.
or when the planet was starting on the way back to slow down, they literally
I need intelligence data.
Our team is taking the lead.
gymnastics with some water. Gun, which all men, they plume before he left. Written down, he said, I will return. I promise to return. And he promised to return. The Mesoamerican calendar.
The ship is on fire!
It's really a calendar called by the Mayas, started by the Olmecs, people from
Our team has taken the lead.
what I identified as the Egyptian. One day,
Enemy
Problem
destroyed.
solved, sir!
and this is
Enemy battleship sighted.
this one is called Bakhtun, and 13 Bakhtuns. 13 well, now it depends how one calculates. 365 century. But my feeling is that it is not applicable at all, because if you follow the biblical prophecies, they are dealing with cyclical time, this so-called time, like day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. Why not together 2001, like I showed you at the beginning, sunset 2000, then 2000. All the pictures in the Bible, all the cycle. The beginning will be the end. The ending is the beginning. The past is the future. And this can take place only in a cycle. And what was the end of days and the
That was a great battle.
in the Old Testament about this whole business of the end of days. When will it be? Not only what will happen, but when will it be? Is in the book of Daniel. Just skip fast because it takes too long to start reading on it. But one the better part of his life studying the meaning of the prophecies and the timetable given in the book of Daniel.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Some number of years, but the best clue is where the angels tell Daniel the end of days will come after. And Daniel, like me, say, what do you mean by that? What half time are you talking about? I'm not talking about food. And he was left with no by him came to light relatively recently, 2-3 years ago. And when it came to light, the news headlines were that Sir Isaac Newton calculated the end of days at 2,168. I was fortunate to be able to obtain a photocopy of that handwritten page, which is written front and back. In the book, The End of Days, I give what it says, I quote what it says. I do not show the photograph because I have no permission to do that. So you are now seeing, you're the first ones to see the photograph of the handwritten document by Sir Isaac Newton. Three ways. And the number 2,160 does indeed feature heavily in his calculations. But when I look at his calculations on the back of the page, I said, oh my God, he's talking about zodiacal times. Because one of the things, again, a so-called Sumerian for the devising of the zodiac, of calculating how the earth on the first day of spring here, after a full year, does not precisely return to where it was, but is slightly retarded. The retardation amounts to 1 degree in 73 years, and a 30-degree zodiac house, therefore 30 times 72 is 2,160. So the mathematical zodiacal time is 2,160 years. And there's no doubt the beginning of the zodiac is actually Greeks, the Sumerians knew it. They named all the 12 zodiac constellations in the correct order, which was Sumerian names. They picked them the way we still use to this day. So there's no doubt that they knew zodiac. But again, as with other things, how could they? How could any immortal Sumerian not only measure the delay of 1 degree in 72 years, but of 30 degrees of the shift from one zodiacal house to another in 2,160 years? And the answer is that again, it was an Anunnaki device, not a Sumerian device. And what is important to keep in mind is that the time scale of the ages, millennium, time, half-time, 2 times, that they were talking about divine time, the Anunnaki time, is because I asked myself, and if the answer is and today is, what prompted, what caused the Anunnaki in 2024 BC to resort to the use of nuclear weapons? What was the problem? And the problem was that Marduk said that the age of the bull, the age of Taurus, which was the age of Enlil, is ending, he said, and my age, the age of the ram, the age of Aries, is beginning. He claimed that this is the correct zodiacal scale. So he said around 2200 BC, the age of Enlil, the age of Taurus, has ended, And my age, the age of Arius, has begun. The others, and this is all in those texts, by the way, the others said to him, no, you are wrong, because don't go by some chart. Look at the heavens. In the heavens, on the first day of spring, we are still in the age of the moon. We are still in the age of Taurus. Why? Because the three zodiacal constellations of the bull, of the ram, and of Pisces are not the same size. So Marduk claimed that his age is already begun. It was still observation. Really, in the heavens, the age of
Let's get to it.
So this was such a bitter fight that they resorted to nuclear weapons to deprive each other of the space. Now there is another cylinder seal. It is at the Hermitage Museum in Russia. It's 2500 BC. And it shows, in my opinion, without doubt, an astronaut on the 6th planet, which is Mars, greeting an astronaut on the 7th planet, which is Earth. You remember my astronaut?
全艦に次ぐ指定エリアの占領を開始せよ
And between them, there is a spacecraft. So, the return of the Anunnaki with a stopover on Mars
了解だ
has occurred. And there is a date. There is a date on this cylinder seal. Do you see the date?
全艦指定エリアの占領に向かえ
The age of Pisces. The age of Pisces.
敵航空機を攻撃せよ
So does this mean that the return of the Anunnaki and the end of days, with its 2,160-year calculation, will still come about this century? Maybe. Because just at the place that according to the New Testament is called Armageddon, where the final war will take place, a mosaic floor in the first church ever built has on its floor the sign of Pisces.
Target penetrated.
Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship sighted.
I believe.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Thank you very much. This is the largest crowd I've ever spoken to. I'm used to about 100 or something. Good to meet him. Thank you very much for inviting me. I was really surprised. I'm trying to make Valerian, and
Penetration confirmed.
Called him and I said, hey, what do you know about this punch? And he can attest to it. He said, well, I wanted that punch. So here I am. Is Val? I want to thank Val for because of that. He put into Nexus magazine and it's gone all over the world on a grassroots level. And it's just great. He takes a lot of risks.
Torpedoes direct front.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Brief overview. I have, for 30 years, been visited and taken on board by the constellation of Andromeda. They are light blue. Okay, they're. It's interesting. Given quite a few strands of hair away. There used to be a lot more hair here before the contact. You see. This is what 10 years will do. Gosh, I hardly know where to start.
Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy destroyer detected.
They're a very healed race. And, you know, after thinking about it, I think the reason they're so healed is because they have absolute mutual respect for everyone. And they've said that that's the only way we're going to have a healed race and planet, is if we have mutual respect for each other.
Stations requesting fire support.
And I realize there's not a lot of that teaching going on anymore in the world. I've had to look at character on Earth because I'm blessed to be able to compare it to others. And folks, we got a lot of work to do, and we have a very short time in which to do it. A lot of things are really going to start happening around February, March, April of next year. And, you know, I wish that it's all gone. That's just not around.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
And there are definitely some people screwing races that are screwing with it. And I understand from talking with Jay-Z for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It went by in 5 minutes. So it's true, there is no time. That you're being taught a lot of what to do, self-sufficiency and self-preservation, self-responsibility. It is imperative that what you know when you leave here, you go home and you teach.
Enemy battleship detected.
Because this truth isn't out there, and this is one of the sadnesses that I have, is because I have been shown some probable futures.
The enemy is about to
And
win.
a lot of people don't make it. 2/3 of the planet don't make it in those probable scenarios. And I truly don't want that to happen. You know, there are a lot of really good, generous people, but they don't know the truth.
All stations.
They have no way of seeing it because of where they are on a consciousness level. And you're all leaders. You were leaders before you came in here. You were teachers before you came in here. But when you go out of here, from what I understand from Val and Judy and Judy Pope, talking to Jay-Z and Greg, that you're going to walk out of here professors, PhDs. So don't be. The word warrior originally meant not being afraid of who you are. Okay, it didn't mean slash them up, cut them up, murder, betray. It didn't mean any of that crap. Okay, it meant not being afraid to be who you are. And you were all true human beings. You were all royalty. And I will get into that. I once asked, I'm going to go back. The two beings that come to see me that I have wanted are two Andromedans, a very tall one who's 7.5 feet tall, almost 8 feet. He's 450 pounds, and it's just like that. I was very self-conscious. You know, it's a male thing. His name is Morenet. And the shorter one, as they get older, their skin pales, they turn to white. Their average lifespan is, in our linear time, would be 2,007 years. So, of course, you see a lot of changes in that time. You know, I mean, hanging out here for 60 years is just a weekend, you know. And the other one, his name is Isaias. Isaias, in our linear time, is 43 years old. He is considered a sage in Israel. And he will be crossing over, in other words, he will be moving out of their physicality soon. And in Andromeda, when somebody makes the crossover, moves out of their physicality, it's a celebration. You know, we're here, unless you're Irish, it's a somber occasion. You know, the Irish have the great right idea. They party, you know, divide his clothes and everything. Anyway, I once asked Visayas, you know, what was to become of our future? You know, what was going to happen to us? And I want to read you this definition of what he said. Now, some of you may have already seen it in the magazine or visited Val's website or, you know, seen the bootleg videos that are all over the place. But this is what they said. Responsible freedom of self-determination. Becoming truly self-confident and free. To unconditionally be responsible for oneself without being coerced to accept some higher authority. Now, I understand this is exactly what you're being taught. And I knew, and which is really nice, is this is confirmation not only for me, but also for Jay-Z and her people. Because I didn't know anything about Jay-Z until about 3 weeks ago. In fact, I've given channelers a bad rap. So, what you're witnessing is me eating crow.
Let's get to it.
And I don't like to eat crow. That's a male thing too, I think. Hey, the changes that are coming are really going to affect, from what I've been told by Morne Visayas, the males the most. Because we are the most shut down, not only genetically but spiritually as well. I'm being general, okay? I'm not meaning all of you. I'm just pretending like the whole world's listening. Looks like the whole world in here. One of the most profound things that I had to experience was that I was living in Lake Arrowhead, California at the time. This is 1987. Contacts had resumed for 2 years. And everything I was having a Murphy year. Okay, I don't know. You know Murphy? Shit happens. I was having a Murphy year. And I was just like, sure, I'll check out of here. You know, the first cab that comes by.
Thank you.
Anyway, Visayas had come to see me, and we had some discussions. There was more teaching, and anyway, it was time to come back, and I didn't want to come back. And I would have embarrassed all of you the way I carried on. But I just didn't want to. I was just like, you know, nothing's working here. Let's try something different, and, you know.
Enemy battleship.
Reality already. So they were bringing me back. I was literally forced to come back. And as I'm on the ground, and they're leaving, lifting off, Visayas, I hear Visayas in my head, because he's telepathic, he's strictly telepathic. He said, Alex, turn around. So I turned around, you know, and I'm just crying, and I'm like, oh God, you're abandoning me. And And he just looked at me and he said, Alex, the love that you withhold is the pain that you carry lifetime after lifetime. And folks, there's not a day that goes by I don't remind myself of that or I don't think about that. And it's helped me reevaluate all the decisions that I've made in my life. It's also helped me to take myself apart and look at all the little particles of my personality. You know, what's mine and what isn't mine? What are belief systems that I just think are true, and what is that I've experienced and really is true? And that took a long, long time, and I'm still not done. You know, you're constantly redoing yourself and making yourself over and reevaluating your belief systems. And, you know, our reality here is nothing but belief systems for the most part. And I just, you know, I want to pass that on to you because I've made a lot of decisions, and I'm sure a lot of you have, where your decisions were not based on love, and you literally withheld love. And it's time we grow out of that. We had no choice, okay? Shit's about to hit the fan. And it's really all about love and fear. Fear is the hope. And I'm going to share with you, I'm going to read it. Has learned to speak English. There will be a time, probably now, just after 2000, literally be walking with and he wants to learn English. And his English is not so good that you can't do anything to that. Okay. I did the best I could, what can I tell you? But when they talk to each other,
Problem solved,
they talk
sir.
telepathically, and their language is holographic, very much like the ancient Chinese language or the ancient Japanese. They're literally holographs, but you can't just pull them up off the page. And holographic language is entire concepts like this. So you will just get one symbol, and that one symbol is maybe 10,000 years of a history or a meaning or a teaching. And it's very hard to describe, and it's taken me a long time to try to figure it out. And they were very, very patient in teaching me how to understand their language. And I want to do questions and answers because there's so much locked in my head that I have not tapped into yet. And unless you ask the question, or somebody asks the question, it doesn't come up. Okay, so I'm going to ask some really good questions, and if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. In my conversation with Jay-Z, she has a very strong foundation because of her teachings with Ramtha. I don't talk the same language. I'm really a simple, complicated guy. That's mine. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to read this. I was given this on 11/3, just a week or so ago, almost 2 weeks. And it's a current, up-to-date of where they're at. And anyway, I'll just read this to you. Alex, we have already spoken with you in detail of your race's genetic transfers and reincarnation before. I will mention them again when necessary because your path and happiness depend on being able to attain the truth. Yes, we are aware of the situation of your planet, and it shows great deviation of the right path in the sincerity period. But please, if you would try to share this moment and your planet's evolution as a preparation for the investments which will be made in the very near future for your races. Now, there's a whole conversation that preempted this. Basically, I had a contact and I went up there with an attitude. You know, I'm a Terran. I got extremes of emotions, you know, and I'm really frustrated by a lot of things. You know, I don't understand how the planet's supposed to evolve when nobody wants to hear the truth, and most of the truth isn't even available. And I'm extremely frustrated by that. You know, justify, well, that's all we have. You know, I'm justifying that. You know, why propagate something that we know isn't real? And that's a whole other issue. When we get to religions, I really want to share with you what I've been told. Okay, this continues. Since the removal of conditions by density technology, your evolution is going to a faster pace. I think you say than before. We have had to raise the frequency of your planet to move change and enlightenment along. Such a broad word you use, this word enlightenment. It was necessary. This also means great tests of tolerance among your races. The most important of these tolerances will be caused by delusionary discriminations between your peoples. And folks, this is happening all over the planet, and it's such crap. At the present moment, your races are carrying in your DNA genetics the influences of 1,000 centuries. As you count rotations, that's, 1 year. Both the positive and negative aspects. Please understand we are trying to prepare your races for advanced maturity. At present, many transfers occur in your planet from many different cultures and planes. Each member of the races on and in your planet will naturally exhibit their own mentality. They do and will contradict your habitual cultures. They're very specific about the words they use. In fact, I don't even know how they got some of this because I didn't even know some of these words. Please do not forget that we have told you about mental conflicts, that they cause each to go through tests of maturity. We determine your mentalities through the impulses we receive from your race's changed thoughts.
Torpedoes
now
dead
the
ahead.
selection of man goes and the situations they transcend because the preparation of the future is in accordance with their level of
Fire. Penetration confirmed.
Alex, you cannot help all your races. Each member of your races will feel their essence in the balancing of positive and negative as they have done, and it will be weighed in their own conscience. Those who prepare and adjust will be prepared for the evolution to another density. The continuance of your planet, the continents of your planet is
Fire.
Please use our passion for your
We
races
sank an enemy
with a
destroyer.
love for
Torpedoes
your
dead
planet.
ahead.
Please understand that they are separate. with our
Torpedoes
race.
dead ahead.
We are neither pleased with your world riches nor dismayed by its poverty. We came to here to assist in the period of sincerity, the clarifying of the original intent in all of us in this Vadia. Vadia is a tone that they use, and that particular tone means holograph. It's always referred to. Because of lineage to your races, we have returned to you. Your world is a place of veiled consciousness. In order to be embodied in physicalness, all frequencies should be assembled in a whole intent. The very distresses, the many anxieties are the result of conflict with the limitless awareness in your races. This is the reason why your planet races cannot attain your own selves, and yet you desire to possess everything. The reflections of your evolutionary state of physicality cause your races not to live comfortably on your planet. Your present religions cause your races to unify your physical bodies with your abstract egos. You call this progress. We do not. Stop looking to your physicality to bring you enlightenment. Your bodies are the effect of the cause, which is intent, moved by emotion, which creates physicality. This is their perspective. During previous past times in your third density, education of the soul took many incarnations of life and death of the physical body. Situations
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming tonight. My name is Patrick White. My beautiful wife and I, Kadina, outside helping everybody with the tickets. We are Conspiracy Culture Bookstore. So, only my mom was the platform. So tonight we're very lucky. All the way from Los Angeles, California, we have Michael Cremo in the house tonight, known as the Forbidden Archaeologist. I'm sure you've heard him on Coast to Coast. I'm sure you've seen him on Ancient Aliens. He's spoken at various universities throughout the world. And we're very happy to have him here tonight for this particular group, presenting Forbidden Archaeology. The book, I'm sure a lot of you have read, an underground classic, an underground bestseller. We carry it at the shop. All of Michael's books are over at the table there, available preferably at the end of the lecture. He's also currently working on Forbidden Archaeology 2. So for those of you that have actually read the first book, you'll know just how, I'm sure you're probably just as anxious now that you know that it's in the works for it to come out. So tonight, again, Forbidden Archaeology. Michael Cremo, the Forbidden Archaeologist. Let's hear a warm round of applause. Michael will present roughly for about an hour. Once the PowerPoint presentation wraps up, we'll open it up for a Q&A. Go about 35 minutes or an hour, or just to gauge how engaged you guys are and how alert everybody is. And then once that wraps up, Michael will be available for a meet and greet, a book signing if you want to take some photos or whatnot. Everything's copacetic and rocking. So without any further ado, let's welcome Michael A. Cremo, the Forbidden Archaeologist, to the stage.
Would it be possible to improve the microphone?
Well, I taught at a high school in grade 11, so you're asking me how to operate university equipment. That's a bit of a leap for me.
Well, maybe somebody here in the university would know.
Okay, we're going to be using this microphone.
Is that a little bit better for you, Douglas?
Yeah, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
That's better? Okay.
All right. And I just forgot, because I always get nervous when I have to talk in front of crowds. We're also doing another event on Sunday, October 20th, which is not this Sunday, but the following week. It's a little bit of a different focus.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
What the fuck is that noise?
What do you mean? Signed a victory, motherfucker.
Why are you playing that?
Because I had the greatest D4 war ever.
Yeah,
Last
what?
night when everyone left.
Yeah,
I had the greatest D4 war ever last night.
Oh, really?
When he left, I was really upset. Yeah, I would link you the end results.
The ship is on fire!
Hold on a sec.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Please let me fight this battle and I'll look.
Enemy destroyer.
I also made a meme because I didn't lose any ships.
Mate.
So I said to Sav, I was like, one ship lost because the enemy lost one ship. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have a navy. We can't do ships if we don't have any. Black guy thinking me as he touches his head.
The ship is on fire!
Yeah, at one point during that war, the French had 110 mercenaries.
110?
Yep.
What, most of their units, or?
Yep, and Tuscany had 62, Switzerland had 39, Lorraine had 15, Poland had 9.
Mercenaries?
France, well yeah, that's their mercenaries, yeah. That's what happens when you're constantly getting raped by my army. I was against France, Tuscany, Switzerland, Lorraine, Poland, Friesland, Florida, French Canada, Munster, East Frisia, and Brabant. And I kicked the shit out of all of them.
The Blandenberg.
That's fucking Deutschland, man.
Deutschland, have you got a picture of the map?
Well, you'd have to wait for that. I was going to do that later. But I have a picture of the map, yes. That's from a while ago, I think. Yeah, I got the achievement for forming Germany. I'm going to do Italy next, I think. Because Italy's a fun game. But yeah, I took a load of land. When I formed Germany, I just started like taking back a load of cores and all of the permanent claims you get in people. So I started taking that shit, and everybody started getting really upset. They all joined a fucking coalition. So I was like, okay, this is all right. I sat there, me and my big buddy Russia. We sat there.
Russia.
Yeah, and I'm waiting, and all of a sudden, I had my fort set to full maintenance. So that if they did attack, then I could quickly retreat the armies, pull the armies back. Then I had an army station near like Poland, and then whenever they attacked, it was like just these floods of European forces, and I started engaging them, and I was like, oh my god, like their armies are dog shit, forward! And then I started listening to the fucking soundtrack of that near the end of the war. Went from, it only lasted 6 years, but it's the biggest war that's happened in my campaign so far, I think. Well, I lost 300,000 men to combat. They lost I lost 32,900 to attrition.
You're on the left, right?
Yeah, me and Russia on the left, and everybody else on the right.
They lost one ship.
The
fuck did they lose?
Don't ask me how. It must be attrition. Look at all of the people they lost.
What is 1,194k?
1,194,000.
Oh God.
Look at the ratio, though. I lost like not even half of that.
Did you lost more? You lost quite a lot of cav there.
Yeah, well.
To combat as well.
Mm-hmm.
And arty, that's ridiculous. But it doesn't compare to their fucking number.
They lost 142,000 horses and 155,000 artillery. Like, holy fuck. It was so funny, like, I've never had such satisfaction in a game where, like, I was kind of worried when France joined that coalition. It's like the opposite of Napoleon. Like, they joined the coalition, and I was like, oh. And then we started to fight it out.
Who's in that coalition?
Like I said, well, I'll need to look at the screenshot again. Mostly everybody, though, bar Spain, Great Britain, Denmark. The coalition. Hold on.
Wait, what's the year? Look at that.
1732. It ended.
You already have Germany.
Nearly all of it. I'll send a picture. Yeah, I was against France, Tuscany, Switzerland, Lorraine, Poland, Friesland, Florida, Canada, Munster, East Frisia, and Brabant.
Canada?
Well, French Canada. The big countries are France, Tuscany, Switzerland, Lorraine, and Poland. The smaller countries are Friesland, Munster, East Frisia, and Brabant. Like Lorraine was the emperor, and then I fucked him in a war and dissolved the Holy Roman Empire.
What the fuck is Switzerland?
Yeah, because they were quite big. This campaign's been really fucking interesting. I've got the replay feature available now as well, because I got Mare Nostrum, so I can record like the European fucking struggle for dominance from the start back all the way up to now, which is cool. I'm gonna maybe do that. People do really fancy videos, but I'm just gonna record the European fucking bullshit first. I like my borders. My borders are almost historically fucking accurate as well. It's fucking great. But yeah, Austria was like my main ally for a long time, and then I like dissolved an alliance with them for a bit, and then they had a war too. They got really big thanks to me and a few others, and then they just got crushed by the Ottomans, and then the Venice took their fucking chance. Tuscany is almost united Italy, which is something I've never fucking seen for a long time. Britain is now ruled by Emperor Al-Hassan Cromwell.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Cromwell became king rather than being a republic for some reason.
Al-Hassal?
Yeah, I thought that was funny too.
Why is he Al-Hassal?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. He's Catholic Irish, apparently. Interesting. Well, I'm Emperor of France. The first. Rukrovich. I have the Russian dynasty, but I don't really care. As much I don't care that we're not about the Hohenzollern, but... Let's see what the history page says. The minor East Frisian German punitive war ended after 6 years, resulting in success. The important event was the Battle of München, where the Lorrainian forces led by Claude Rothbloth attacked Benjamin von Manstein and his German forces.
Benjamin von Manstein.
135,000 men strong Lorrainian army suffered some losses, and the 86,000 German defenders suffered some losses. It wasn't really like the 130,000 of their troops lost to like half the number. It was fucking glorious. This is why, you know, I have 88 in the army tradition. I have fucking 3-star generals constantly. Now I'm just slowly building up my forts.
Enemy destroyer detected.
I think you'll like my borders. Oh yeah, the Netherlands was got That's fantastic. It was a great war because I'd saved my manpower up. Like, I knew this was going to happen. Like, they started joining the coalition, and I was like, right, save up manpower. Manpower saved up, then they attacked, and I was able to like recoup losses and shit. I played quite strategically.
I don't think the CV understands that attacking Missouri with filet build is not the best idea.
Problem solved, sir.
Very proud of those borders.
Oh, I'll look in a second.
There's some extra bits, obviously. I took over a load of shit in the north. Russia's slowly swallowing Sweden. You're in a personal union with Britain. Florida! There's Florida, there's Florida, that's right.
Florida.
There's also California, which is Portuguese. That's cool. I don't know. Australia's British. Oh, Australia's independent. Australia is okay, there's Australia, which is owned by Britain, and then there's Australia, which is an independent Muslim sultanate.
Muslim?
They're owned by, or allied to the Ottomans. That's pretty fucking cool. Oh, the Mamluks colonized. Oh man, I love this game sometimes. Japan's slowly imperializing the shit out of everybody.
Well, that's good.
British Indonesia. Oman's pretty interesting. Ethiopia's quite big. I haven't really paid attention. Naples will. Like there was, it came down to like Venice got fucked, but they got big again. They took advantage of the weakness of. Oh, by the way, Rome is Protestant. Catholic. I think there's no Catholic countries left.
What?
Tuscany took over Rome and then converted it, and the Pope lives in Istria now, in Croatia. It's fucking funny. Protestantism is the major religion. Like the only places that are Catholic are Spain, Portugal, their colonies, and Britain and her colonies, and also Sweden, Poland, Lithuania are Catholic. Oh, and Wallachia, so like 6 Catholic countries, everyone else is Protestant or Reformed. It's really fucking weird. But kind of glorious. Deutschland! Deutschland! Over alles.
Enemy battleship sighted.
It's been military. Like, I fell behind a wee bit in other text, but that doesn't matter. We're stomping the shit out of everybody. They all joined a coalition again, like the truces went up, and I was like, okay, I doubled my army size since the last time. It's like, okay. Yeah, I had, the last war I had like 246,000 man armies and like a smaller one, slightly smaller one, or maybe they were all the same, so, you know, a decent, like 140,000 strong-ish, 180, now I have like 46,000 strong armies. And 167,000 manpower, so again. My most successful Germany campaign. I've only ever done a couple. I've never done Iron Man 1 before. It was looking pretty fucking. It was looking pretty fucking dire at one point.
What's the top range of Converse?
8. It's not right. It's not the top. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't like Converse. Imperialism against Denmark.
Penetration.
I once fell sick because I'm core on it. It's also like get my dirty Russian on it. France would join, but it's not. I'm scared. After I forced them to recruit 110 mercenaries, it just made me laugh. It was. I've never had it before, so I prepared constantly, meticulously to get my army up to fucking par, and then it comes to the biggest war I've ever had, and it's like they're just fucking dropping like flies. Like you're having 50,000 men armies just getting stack wiped. It's like holy shit. I've never fucking seen anything. Yeah, and then it's like they keep pouring more and more troops into like southern Germany and stuff. Kind of I didn't act stupidly, I kept it on a slow speed, kind of dealt with, I sieged out Greece to get a war score, and then I would try and move my armies together, because it got isolated and get dogpiled really easily. But if you have 2 3-star generals sitting next to each other, no one's dogpiling that shit. You're gonna stay well away from them. Oh, good. 2-star general. Ooh. So and then I ran out of manpower, and that's when people were starting to get pissed at the beast, you know. So let me just fucking conquer Paris first. Please, the dynasty. China, just like why? They're also quite big. Mega still exists. Getting ripped. I kinda like that the Mamluks colonized, it's kinda funny.
Can't believe they did.
That's they're starting to do that quite a lot in this patch. Alright, I'm trying to figure out what.
We were playing some American planes last night with Alan.
Were you?
Yeah.
I muted myself for a bit because I was listening to something to do with something, and then I came back like mid-war, like all excited about how I'm killing everyone. Everyone left, as everyone was gone. Fuck. And how did that go? Because I told him to play American planes.
It's not bad.
I think he was enjoying it a bit more. And that's what I said to him the other day. I'm like, you picked probably the hardest country to figure out, like America,
still
Russia,
a lot of work to do, you know.
Spitfires, like that shit's pretty easy to figure out, but flying a 109 ain't the easiest. I mean, I get fucking clubbed sometimes.
He's still doing stuff, you know.
You'll figure it out, hopefully.
Zooming up, in American planes when they're chasing you. It's like, oh, you should be diving and
The
turning.
problem is, like, yeah, you need to... Like, you can only really do that if you know you're going to win. The problem is, like, you can't do that in a jug because it's so fucking... Like, it can retain energy, but
Jug
because
is
it's heavy.
I play jug like 109, you know.
Well, yeah, that's kind of... And it can turn fast at speed, but when it turns, it loses all that speed. Jug's good. The P-51s are good now. I do love a Mustang. Cadillac is fucking
Even
sky.
the shittier ones.
Yeah. I like the new one they added though, it's pretty fucking dank.
I haven't really played that much in my American
The
life.
Danish have a fucking 161 sized fleet? Fuck me. We can't be having this. Okay, this is going to be the first time I've built a navy. So brace yourself, niggas.
Oh, look at
I want to
Germany.
conquer Denmark. It's glorious, isn't it?
What's with this Poland penis?
What, the going into it?
Yeah.
Well, let me link you a picture. Like, I'm pretty proud of myself. Other than the shit that goes into, hold on.
You know, oh my god, you know what needs to happen as well, don't you?
Well,
Kebab removal.
yeah, at some point. I don't know, isn't this look pretty fucking close? Almost there. It's looking pretty good.
Almost there. The problem is kebab.
I know.
Kebab has
But
something.
they completely annihilated fucking Austria. Me and the kebab they're kind of hostile to me. They rivaled me, but mate, I'm the fucking German Reich, and you're a shitty fucking Turks. I fucking 1v1 me. I fucking 1v1 everybody, or like 5v1 everyone else in Europe. Fucking Ottomans have 400,000 men, I can take that. I can fucking take that. But first, Denmark. Need to put Augustus back in his place. Oh, maybe not. Well, problem is they have they focused on naval shit, which is smart. Which makes sense, because I can't invade them without boats.
Alle Stationen, vorrücken zum Erobern dieses Bereichs.
Overextension is dangerously high. Fuck you.
I hit a rune today with 3 citadels and did 43,000 damage.
That's good. Someone can teach you.
It's in by Missouri.
Oh. Oh my god.
What's that? It's the most I've ever done in one salvo.
We'll get the quantity idea for Mercs, even though I've been spending all my money on building forts. Because I've been trying to eliminate any instrumental loopholes in my defense. The AI is not very smart when it comes to building. It's like I have forts along the west, I have a fort in Munich in the south, and a fort in Ayers, which is in what was Bohemia, and it's kind of protecting against Ottoman Bohemia, Prague. Oh, it's still called Prague, okay. Oh yeah, they took, it's really weird, they took Vienna and everything, Austria. What's going on? Yeah. Well yeah, I have claims on everything that's German now. Or the Netherlands. But I have Utrecht. Utrecht! That was a fun meme.
Enemy battleship sighted.
I vassalized them in a war or whatever. Here we are. This has been a fun game though. Neapolitan Maghreb, fucking Genoa's back with a vengeance. I don't know how. Tuscany's having a revolution. The Great Horde became revolutionary and it didn't last very long.
Oh my god.
Russia was just like, no. And invaded. Killed them. Now they're stuck in Astrakhan. Of the Ottomans eat shit. Nigga. Bohemia is in a personal union with Spain. Ooh. the great powers of the world are Britain, France. Well, who's number 1? It's not me. For some reason. I'm number 4. The Ottomans are number 1 because they have fucking loads of development. Because of Egypt, all of that shit's got loads of development. Constantinople's fucking. So Berlin's pretty highly developed. This is a mission you get. You spend 800 gold that connects the 2 cities that are in there. Then it's Britain with 868 or 1868. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Unless they've just developed the shit out of Britain proper. Which it looks like it. And then they have some colonies, like Colombia and stuff, and Newfoundland. Then it's Spain, who have a fucking massive colonial empire, and they also have bits of the Netherlands still. Then it's me. And then it's Portugal. Which is surprising, because you never really see Portugal as a great power. That's all they've got South Africa, fucking the Ottomans have places in Malaya. They also have Niger, or Niger, fucking Rio de Prata, so they're pretty big. Then Russia. Then it's the French. How fucking embarrassing. I fucked France so much they can't afford to get the next institution for the Enlightenment. And then Delhi is next. Because they have quite a lot of high development shit to do, I think. But I think militarily I'd say I'm number 1 in terms of a mix between ultimate quality space marines and quantity of said space marines.
Well, you know what happened to the Space Marines, didn't you?
What?
They had traitor legions.
Yeah.
And then they changed the Space Marines so only have 1,000 in them.
Yeah, they turn into disgusting chaos marines. Just want to blow shit up. I mean, I respect that life choice. Oh, imperialism's such a fun casus belli, but that means taking the capital and up the ships.
I can't remember what the Latin ship thing is that they use. It's the same as Rome. So before they were called Saint Constantes, and then they're called Saint Constantes now.
Yeah. My name is Friesland. I am allied with France. Well, bitch.
Problem solved, sir.
I'm gonna eat you. Because I want that man.
Enemy cruiser
The
detected.
Greater German Empire.
We sank an enemy destroyer.
All stations.
Oh, it's 80,000 men versus 120,000. I have more than 80,000. Oh, 80,000 infantry. Well, they've got more than that, but try to eat shit. Wagon.
They ain't shit.
Oh no, it's the Fred! Alright, Franz the First. And Albrecht Achilles. Great name. Oh yes. Right, let's ride this one. Oh. My men have 9.5 morale, 113 discipline. Eat shit, France. Oh my god, 2,000 men, 2,000, oh my god. Oh. You fuck yourself.
Did they die?
Yeah, we fucked them up. The fucking Spanish are like bitches to France in a way. So they're letting them march their armies through. It's just like, oh, that works both ways, you stupid bitch. Oh no, Venice has penetrated our defenses with 15,000 troops. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna siege all the junk in the middle of Munich. Good job. Oh look, here comes... This is good. This is point time. This is my chances. Yes. Thanks for being a guinea pig, you fuckers. Just build a big fucking fort and overfalls. We're good.
Victory is in sight.
Fire!
It's always nice too when you catch them whenever they're sieging a fort. When you attack somebody sieging a fort, they aren't detected. They're always counted as the attacker rather than the commander. So it's kind of a good mechanic to really fuck people with that. Because then that means any of the terrain bonuses they would get if there was no fort there. So if there's a river, it doesn't matter because then they're technically the attackers, so they have to push across the river instead. No! No, more French arrived.
Problem solved, sir.
I'm making Germany great again before it was cool.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Before it was cool.
Yeah. Oh, Venice's army's dog shit. Oh, sack wiped. You hiding in all of the territory? No, we're pushing into the mountains. Battle of villages. Bye. It was also kind of handy whenever they would run out of military points, so they couldn't afford any army leaders. So yeah, so so they would have a leaderless army sieging a fucking castle, and I'd attack it with a 3-star general full strength army. I'd just fucking stack wipe it. And I'm thinking to myself, holy fucking shit! Like this is not how you win a war, France. Then the Russians would come and help too, which was nice of them. They would lost more battles than they won, I think, but they won a few, but it's more they always fucking ended up attacking bigger stacks than them, and the army sucks cock, yeah. But it was always, how the fuck did you get up there? Is there a zone of control map mode? That would be helpful. And I could actually see fort levels, colors, the provinces according to diplomatic status. Does this show zone of control? Okay, it does. Alright. Okay, so whenever the forts build in Oberpfalz, I'm pretty sure then the center of the country is... like the center of Germany, you can't get in unless you siege that.
General quarters.
Good job. Yep. You enjoy that shit, my France. You've got a good army composition, but...
To complete the American thing collection. I think it's like 10 pieces.
Affirmative.
What fort level is this? We're fighting anyway. It's a level 8, but my guy is... we're just OP. Oh, your 50,000 men can't siege out my level 8 fort. There. That's unfortunate.
I need intelligence data.
$60,000 Frenchies. 40,000 Germans with an extra 40,000 inbound. But, oh, yep, right. Bye! Oh, we killed our general in that battle too. General, where's he retreating to?
Sure.
We'll arrive in Breda. Where's that? Oh, there? Yeah, he's going to stop. Where's his final destination? Oh my god. 100,000 Frenches. Come on, quick reinforce. Oh, we're gonna win! Come on! Come on! I don't care that they outnumber us. That's it. Come on, no! Yes! Fuck! We lost that battle, but it doesn't matter, it's just how fucking hilarious that was. Venice, I don't really care for your land, so I'm gonna peace out with you. You can get the fuck. Come back for you later.
Oh, I got a coupon for 20% off on your ships yesterday.
Yeah, they're doing that a lot more recently.
Well, it's because I've been playing since for 3 years or so.
Oh. Yay.
I picked up, was that Italian battleship?
Oh, that OP thing.
Well, it was 17 quid. Coupon
Yeah.
made it down to like 14 or some shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, it's only 14 quid.
The ship is very overpowered.
I haven't used it yet.
Well, you'll like it.
One of the challenges that I want to do require tier 5. The only tier 5 I've really been playing is Omaha lately because I don't want to spend my free XP to get the fucking thing, you know, the new line. So I've just been grinding. I was like, oh, it's only 43,000 XP, so fuck it, you know.
I wouldn't waste your free XP on the new line.
But no,
it's not the greatest.
That's why I've been playing Omaha. I've been playing the last couple of days. I'll go up to like 36, 37,000 XP or some shit like that. I think I've been playing too much American as well. All I've been doing is playing Missouri, North Carolina, Baltimore, Cleveland and Omaha are the only ones I've really been playing. What's these challenges? I just reading these fucking challenges.
Got you now, you son of a bitch. Yeah, you did.
I also need to do 3 more challenges to get I'm excited.
Let's get to it.
Don't be too excited, it's not the greatest ship.
Oh no, but I wish you could rename captains.
Yeah.
You're gonna be great.
God, this guy's a beast. My name is Sigmund Blood Trunken. I am fucking overpowered. Generals are getting too old. Stop dying.
I'm sure they can pass on the intimate knowledge, can they?
Oh yeah, all my generals are 2 to 3 star anyway, so. All that army experience, no tradition. Plus with Prussian monarchy, you're guaranteed a ruler with +3 military skill.
The other day, I saw someone play EU4, but it didn't come up
Came up EU4?
Yeah, it actually came up.
It was your man as it was your man from Holdfast, so I think he's pirated it. It's my theory. Yeah, possibly.
Have you checked the crack watch for Jurassic Park?
Oh, that isn't going to be cracked for a while.
Enemy destroyer
Unless I'm
detected.
wrong here. There, 23 days and counting.
Check them.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Yeah, it ain't cracked yet, no. This is the problem, this is the no-vote.
I've been having a lot of fun on the Reddit. Some guys showed Steam statistics and then they're like, oh, it's the same arguments from Elite. Like, oh, what about console? Like, what's console got to do with the argument?
Yep.
Fire!
Peace! Peace comes out. Peace for a while. Peace for about 5 minutes.
Problem solved, sir.
Enemy cruiser detected.
So this should mean that our country is kind of cool. In a way.
Fire!
It's in Massachusetts. I didn't know Massachusetts, Alabama, and North Carolina are different lengths.
Yep, different ships.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't realise that.
Different ships, nigga, the different ships. Just get
sail.
longer. It's just fucking sail. Fucking sail, nigga.
Main turret destroyed.
It's like one of my turrets on the front of the destroyed.
Oh. Fucking gas mechanic.
I kind of like it, but
Fire!
I didn't expect that to happen.
It's kinda gay, like it attacks fixture gun and shit, but in that, like, it's kinda dumb. So like, if that was in Mortal Times, gun gets permanently knocked out, then what the fuck can you do? Someone's like, oh, you just have to find other ways to kill the enemy. It's like, you're the DD.
Yeah, rabbit.
This is like, you're the DD? Oh, fuck. Mega garrisons now.
Mega
garrisons? Yeah, I got one of the ideas for one of these garrisons, 10,000 men, so I need even more of a bitch to fucking siege me.
Our team has taken the lead. Problem solved, sir.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Tanked more than $1 million worth of damage, yeah, for RDD. Also been getting a decent supply of coal from challenges and fucking crates. I'm up to 38 now, 38,000.
You don't get a Stalingrad with coal though.
No, you can convert coal to steel, which is, we know because we played so many free-to-play games. Converting currency to other currency is not really worth it. But The shame.
It's the other way around. You can only convert steel to gold, not the other way around. It's very bullshit. Yep.
Sure?
It's kind of gay.
Oh.
It's very gay. Like a lot of us. I mean, not as cool.
The only way to get steel is through clan shit, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Participating in clan shit.
That is correct.
I'll just get Mushashi with coal, I think. Get the Kronstadt for the free XP. Remember what that other Italian cruiser in
General quarters.
It's like tier 8, innit?
Roma and Anzio.
Oh, I wanted to pick it up because when I went in the shop, I was like, oh, 20%. I'll probably pick up the other cruiser. That wasn't on there, so I was like,
Nope.
the other battleship wasn't on there either, so I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. I see what you're doing, you niggas.
Roger. Bestätige. Concentrate fire on that enemy warship.
So much stuff I got to keep up with grinding.
Yep.
Warships and fucking the War Thunder bug has kind of hit me a little bit.
Welcome to Jurassic Grind.
Enemy battleship sighted.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Enemy cruiser sighted. ship detected.
The ship is on fire!
Enemy heavily damaged.
The ship is on fire!
Let's get to it.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected.
Our team has taken the lead.
Никак нет.
Capture that area.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy destroyer detected.
Bestätige.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected.
Penetration confirmed.
Battleship sighted.
Problem solved, sir.
Critically damaged.
Enemy destroyer detected.
what we've got, chaps.
So wird's gemacht.
Enemy back. Enemy cruiser detected.
Fire! Problem solved, sir.
Enemy battleship detected.
Concentrez le tir sur la cible désignée.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Penetration. Let's get to it.
Bonne chance à tous. Requesting support. Affirmatif. Attaquez les avions ennemis. Repoussez l'attaque aérienne. Affirmative. Attention, cible repérée à cette position. Repoussez l'attaque aérienne. Concentrez le tir sur le navire ennemi. Requesting assistance.
Main turret destroyed. Enemy destroyer sighted.
Hello, Fullface.
Oh. Yeah. I'm nearly done with
The enemy is
Enemy destroyer detected.
The enemy team has taken the lead. The enemy is about to win.
What?
Long day.
Oh, one of them.
Came home. Ah, the dogs were playing. Yeah, that's what happened. Fucking you both.
We sank their battleship. The enemy team has taken the lead.
Grimsby.
Grimsby. What league are they in?
In my game or generally?
In your game and generally.
In my game, then
Torpedoes to
second
port.
league. Or League 2.
Torpedoes to port.
I have no idea what they are in real life. They're probably in the National League.
Division 3.
4.
I think there is.
Attention.
I think you're
Cible
average
repérée à cette
if you're in Division
position.
4.
No, you are, but there's still a Division 4 that's called, fuck is it called?
Shit, and you know it.
They're in League 2.
Yep.
There's a Premier League, there's a Championship, League 1, League 2 and National League, and then there's a National League North and South. Which is under, apparently. And then there's 4 others that's in the 7th
Northern Premier League.
Northern Premier League.
Southern League. Southern League. And Isthmian. And then there's the 8th league called Northern Premier League. Northern Premier League. What is this? God, there's a shit ton of them. There's a Combined Countries League, Eastern Country League, Essex Senior League, Hellenic League, Midlands Football League, Northwest Country League, Wessex League, Western League. There's even something called Liverpool Country Premier League. Oh my god, there's more. What the fuck? The bottom, the very, very bottom, is number 22. There's 22 leagues, or ranking leagues. It's Sussex Football League Division 9.